Howdy. I'm just some random nude dude sitting in my closet talking to myself. It's also where I celebrate the power of free thinking and encourage bold ideas. As a society, we're often afraid to challenge norms and think outside the box. But here, I embrace the unconventional. So sit back, relax, and join me on this journey of exploration, where we embrace our inner nude dude and push the boundaries to discover new perspectives. So welcome back to my channel, folks. Today we're embarking on a mind-bending journey that challenges the way we perceive our world. It's time to unlock our imaginations and envision a radical concept, one that might just revolutionize the way we live. What if our planet isn't simply a collection of 195 separate nations, but rather one interconnected entity that we call home? Yeah, you heard me right. Today we're going to explore the powerful idea of uniting as a global community and the profound importance of choosing our path wisely. Throughout history, we've often defined ourselves by nationalities, cultures, and borders. But what if those divisions were merely illusions that hindered our progress? What if we could transcend the limitations of our perceived differences and recognize the undeniable truth that we are all inhabitants of the same planet, Earth? It's time to shed the constraints of our old way of thinking and dare to envision a new paradigm. Just for a moment, close your eyes and imagine a world where national borders no longer separate us, where collaboration triumphs over competition, and where the well-being of every individual, regardless of their location, is valued and prioritized. The challenges we face in the 21st century are vast and complex. Climate change threatens the very ecosystems that sustain us. Poverty and inequality persist despite our advancements. And conflicts fueled by division continue to tear communities apart. It's clear that the problems we confront transcend the boundaries of nations and demand collective solutions. As we stand at this critical juncture in history, we are confronted with two divergent paths. One leads to a future reminiscent of Star Trek, where humanity has overcome the barriers of nationality, working together in harmony to explore the frontiers of science, eradicate poverty, and protect our shared environment. The other path, akin to the dystopian world of Mad Max, is characterized by a breakdown of societal structures, scarcity, and a ruthless struggle for survival. The choice before us is profound and consequential. Will we summon the courage to embrace a united vision of our world? Or will we allow ourselves to be consumed by divisions and self-interest? Today, we explore the imperative to break free from the shackles of a fragmented existence and realize that our true strength lies in our unity as inhabitants of this pale blue dot we call home. Join us as we delve into the possibilities that lie ahead. Together, let's discover how we can shape a future where the power of unity guides our every step. But first, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Oh wait, that's for losers. Let's embark on this transformative journey together and forge a path towards a world where we recognize that we are all citizens of Earth. Picture this. Our future is at a crossroads, and we have two possible paths ahead. On the one hand, we have the potential for a Star Trek future, a world where humanity has transcended borders, working together towards scientific exploration, shared prosperity, and a harmonious coexistence with our environment. In this future, we see nations setting aside their differences and pooling their resources for the betterment of all. We witness a world where the pursuit of knowledge, understanding, and progress unites us rather than divides us. On the other hand, we face the grim possibility of a Mad Max future, a world plagued by conflict, scarcity, and division. In this future, We witness the consequences of continued fragmentation and the pursuit of narrow self-interest. Nations turn inward, prioritizing their own survival at the expense of others. Resources dwindle, ecosystems collapse, and societies crumble under the weight of isolation and competition. The choice between these two futures is not merely a hypothetical exercise. It is a decision that we must confront today. The challenges we face, climate change, poverty, inequality, and more, demand global cooperation and collective action. These problems know no borders. They affect us all. We must ask ourselves, are we willing to come together despite our differences and build a future where we rise above the challenges that lie ahead? Or will we allow ourselves to succumb to the temptations of division and short-term gains? Building a Star Trek future requires a paradigm shift, a collective realization that we are all inhabitants of this small, interconnected planet. It means recognizing that our fates are intertwined and that our actions reverberate far beyond our immediate surroundings. It entails embracing a global perspective where we prioritize the well-being of all people and the preservation of our planet for future generations. Conversely, if we choose the path of division and self-interest, we risk descending into a Mad Max world. Our planet's resources are limited, and if we fail to manage them equitably and sustainably, we will face dire consequences. By continuing to act as separate entities, we undermine our collective potential and jeopardize the very survival of our species. The time to choose is now. The decision lies in our hands, and its ramifications will be felt by generations to come. Will we prioritize collaboration over competition, unity over division, and shared progress over short-term gains? The choice between a Star Trek future and a Mad Max future may seem like a work of fiction, but it's within our power to shape our destiny. Now, you might be thinking, why do we need to choose? Can't we just continue as we are? Well, the truth is, the challenges we face today require collective action on a global scale. Climate change, poverty, inequality, and even pandemics know no borders. These issues demand that we set aside our differences and work together for the greater good of all humanity. The challenges we face in the 21st century demand collective action on a global scale. Climate change is altering our planet's delicate balance, causing extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and threatening ecosystems and biodiversity. Poverty and inequality persist, leaving billions of people without access to basic necessities and opportunities for a dignified life. The COVID-19 pandemic has demonstrated how interconnected we are, as a health crisis in one corner of the world can quickly become a global threat. These issues know no borders. They do not discriminate based on nationality or political affiliation. They affect all of us, regardless of where we live. The urgency of the problems we face necessitates that we set aside our differences and work together for the greater good of all humanity. It is becoming increasingly clear that the challenges we confront are too complex and interconnected to be solved by individual nations alone. Climate change requires a unified global effort to reduce emissions, transition to renewable energy sources, and adapt to changing conditions. Poverty and inequality can only be addressed through collective action that ensures fair distribution of resources and opportunities. The global health crisis demands collaboration in research, healthcare infrastructure, and the equitable distribution of vaccines and treatments. By recognizing the interdependence of our actions, we can create a world where no one is left behind. We must shift our focus from short-term gains in individualistic thinking to long-term sustainability and collective well-being. This requires empathy, understanding, and a willingness to bridge the divides that separate us. Imagine a world where nations collaborate, pooling their knowledge and resources to tackle the greatest challenges of our time. Imagine a world where scientific breakthroughs are shared freely for the betterment of humanity. Imagine a world where compassion and solidarity are the guiding principles that shape our decisions and policies. The urgency for unity is not just an abstract concept. It's a call to action that resonates with the shared destiny of our planet and all its inhabitants. We cannot afford to remain fragmented and divided. The time to come together as a global community is now. Building a Star Trek future requires collaboration, empathy, and a commitment to sustainable development. It means coming together to find solutions that benefit not just one country or region, but the entire planet. It means prioritizing the well-being of future generations and preserving our planet for them to inherit. To build a future of unity and shared responsibility, we must break down the artificial boundaries that divide us. National borders, cultural differences, and historic grievances have long been used to separate and categorize us. But in reality, these divisions are often arbitrary and do not reflect the true nature of our interconnectedness. Breaking down these barriers requires a shift in mindset, an acknowledgement that we are all part of a global community. It means recognizing that the well-being of individuals and nations is intertwined, and that the challenges we face can only be effectively addressed through collaboration and cooperation. One crucial aspect of breaking down artificial boundaries is fostering empathy and understanding. We must strive to see beyond our own perspectives and immerse ourselves in the experiences and perspectives of others. By doing so, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the diversity of humanity and the common threads that bind us together. Education and awareness play a vital role in this process. By learning about different cultures, histories, and worldviews, we can challenge our preconceptions and biases. We can foster a sense of global citizenship that transcends national identity and promotes a shared responsibility for the well-being of all people. Breaking down boundaries also means embracing inclusive and equitable policies. It involves creating systems and institutions that prioritize the needs of all individuals, regardless of their nationality or background. It means ensuring equal access to opportunities, resources, and essential services for everyone, irrespective of where they were born or the circumstances of their upbringing. Moreover, breaking down boundaries requires us to reimagine governance and the decision-making structures. It entails moving beyond the confines of national interests and embracing international cooperation in institutions. By empowering global organizations and promoting multilateralism, we can create mechanisms that address global challenges collectively and foster a sense of shared responsibility. Ultimately, breaking down artificial boundaries is a transformative process that requires collective effort and a willingness to let go of outdated divisions. It is about recognizing our common humanity and the shared destiny we all share on this planet. By doing so, we could lay the foundation for a future where unity, compassion, and collaboration prevail. On the other hand, if we continue down the path of division and self-interest, we risk falling into the chaos of a Mad Max future. Our planet's resources are finite. If we don't manage them responsibly and equitably, we'll face dire consequences. By choosing to act as separate entities, we undermine our collective potential and jeopardize the very survival of our species. Choosing the path of division and fragmentation poses significant risks for our collective future. When we prioritize narrow self-interest over the well-being of the global community, we undermine our ability to effectively address the challenges we face. The risks of division are manifold and can have far-reaching consequences. First and foremost, division perpetuates a cycle of conflict and animosity. When nations operate in isolation, mistrust and misunderstanding can flourish. Historical grievances and territorial disputes can escalate into tensions and even armed conflict. The human and economic costs of such conflict are immense, draining resources that could better be utilized for collective progress. Moreover, division hampers our ability to tackle global challenges that transcend national borders. Climate change, for instance, requires unified action on a global scale. Without international cooperation, efforts to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to changing conditions, and protect vulnerable communities become fragmented and insufficient. The consequences of inaction on climate change affect all nations, regardless of their level of contribution to the problem. In addition, division perpetuates inequities and exacerbates global disparities. When nations prioritize their own interests without considering the needs of others, it perpetuates a system where wealth and resources are concentrated in the hands of a few. This further marginalizes vulnerable populations and perpetuates poverty and inequality. By failing to address these systemic issues collectively, we perpetuate a world where some thrive and others suffer. Furthermore, division impedes progress in scientific and technological advancement. By operating in silos, nations miss out on the benefits of shared knowledge and collaboration. Scientific breakthroughs and innovations that could have transformative effects on our society and environment are stifled when nations fail to pool their resources and expertise. Lastly, division hampers our ability to effectively respond to global crises and emergencies. Whether it be a pandemic, a natural disaster, or humanitarian crisis, a fragmented approach results in delayed, inadequate, and uncoordinated responses. Lives are lost, suffering is prolonged, and the overall impact is magnified due to the lack of a unified action. The risks of division are not just theoretical. They have tangible, lasting effects on our planet and the well-being of its inhabitants. If we continue down the path of division, we risk perpetuating a world marked by conflict, inequality, and missed opportunities for progress. We must remember that we are all passengers on this magnificent spaceship called Earth, hurtling through space together. Our fates are intertwined, and the challenges we face are shared. By embracing unity, cooperation, and a global perspective, we can steer our course towards a brighter future. Embracing unity holds the key to a brighter future for all of humanity. It is a transformative shift in mindset and approach that recognizes the interconnectedness of our world and the shared responsibility we have towards one another. By choosing unity over division, we can overcome the challenges we face and forge a path towards a more sustainable, prosperous, and harmonious world. One of the fundamental aspects of embracing unity is fostering collaboration and cooperation. By working together, we can pool our knowledge, resources, and expertise to tackle complex global issues. Through international partnerships, we can leverage the strengths of different nations and cultures to find innovative solutions and drive meaningful change. Collaboration allows us to address challenges on a scale that no individual nation could achieve alone, unlocking new possibilities and fostering a sense of collective ownership. Embracing unity also means prioritizing the well-being of all individuals, regardless of their nationality or background. It involves creating inclusive societies where diversity is celebrated and everyone has an equal access to opportunities, rights, and basic necessities. This requires dismantling systemic inequalities and ensuring that no one is left behind. By recognizing the inherent value and dignity of every human being, we can foster a sense of belonging and unity that transcends superficial differences. Furthermore, embracing unity entails promoting a shared vision for the future of our planet. It means recognizing that we are all stewards of the Earth, and that our actions have consequences that extend beyond our immediate surroundings. By prioritizing environmental sustainability, we can protect ecosystems, mitigate climate change, and ensure the well-being of future generations. This requires international cooperation, commitment to renewable energy, responsible consumption, and sustainable practices. Education and cultural exchange play a crucial role in embracing unity. By fostering cross-cultural understanding and empathy, we can break down barriers and build bridges between nations. Through education, we can cultivate global citizenship and empower individuals to think beyond national boundaries, nurturing a sense of responsibility towards the greater good of humanity. Embracing unity also necessitates reevaluating and reforming global governance structures. It means strengthening international institutions, promoting diplomacy, and ensuring that decision-making processes are inclusive and representative. By empowering these institutions, we can address global challenges collectively and foster a sense of shared responsibility and accountability. Choosing unity over division is not a naive or idealistic notion. It is a pragmatic approach that acknowledges the interdependence of our world and the urgency of the issues we face. By embracing unity, we can unlock the collective potential of humanity, tap into our shared wisdom, and create a future where peace, prosperity, and sustainability are the norm. So, let's ask ourselves, which future do we want to create? The choice is in our hands. Will we come together as a global community and work towards a Star Trek future? Or will we let divisions and self-interest prevail, leading us down the path of a Mad Max world? The time to decide is now. We hold within us the power to shape our collective destiny. The choices we make today will determine the path we traverse and the world we leave for future generations. Recognizing this power of choice is essential in realizing the transformative potential of unity and shared responsibility. Every individual has the ability to make a difference, no matter how small it may seem. Our daily actions, attitudes, and decisions collectively contribute to the fabric of our society and the state of our planet. By choosing to embrace unity, we can create a ripple effect that inspires others and brings about positive change. The power of choice lies not only in our individual actions, but also in our collective decisions. As citizens, we have the power to elect leaders who prioritize collaboration, compassion, and long-term sustainability. Through collective action, such as peaceful protest, advocacy, and community initiatives, we can amplify our voices and hold those in power accountable. Education plays a crucial role in empowering individuals and making informed choices. By promoting critical thinking, global awareness, and empathy, we can equip ourselves with the knowledge and skills needed to navigate the complexities of our interconnected world. Education enables us to challenge biases, question the status quo, and envision alternative futures based on unity and cooperation. The power of choice extends beyond national borders. As global citizens, we can choose to support international initiatives, organizations, and movements that promote unity, sustainability, and social justice. By embracing diverse perspectives, fostering dialogue, and building bridges of understanding, we can transcend cultural, religious, and political boundaries. Moreover, the power of choice requires us to prioritize long-term sustainability over short-term gains. It necessitates making decisions that consider the well-being of future generations and the health of our planet. By embracing renewable energy, promoting circular economies, and practicing responsible consumption, we can mitigate the negative impacts of our choices on the environment and create a more sustainable world. However, the power of choice also comes with responsibility. We must be mindful of the consequences of our decisions and the ripple effects they may have on others. It requires introspection, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. It demands that we continually examine our biases, challenge our assumptions, and strive to become better global citizens. Ultimately, the power of choice lies within each of us. By embracing unity, making conscious decisions, and holding ourselves accountable, we can create a world that reflects our shared value of compassion, equality, and environmental stewardship. The future of our planet is not predetermined. It is shaped by the choices we make today. The vision of a united and interconnected world is not a far-fetched dream, but a necessity of our collective survival and well-being. We stand at a critical juncture, where the choices we make today will reverberate through generations to come. The path we choose, whether towards a Star Trek future of unity and shared progress, or a Mad Max future of division and chaos, rests in our hands. We have explored the risks of division and the urgent need to break down the artificial boundaries that separate us. We have delved into the power of unity to address global challenges, promote equality, and preserve our planet. We have recognized the transformative potential of choice, both as individuals and as a global community. It is time to act. We must rise above the constraints of narrow self-interest and embrace a broader, more inclusive perspective. We must let go of the divisions that hold us back and work together towards a future where the well-being of all people and the sustainability of our planet are paramount. This journey towards unity will not be without obstacles. It requires overcoming deep-rooted prejudices, dismantling systemic inequalities, and challenging entrenched power structures. It demands perseverance, empathy, and the willingness to engage in difficult conversations. But the rewards are immeasurable. A world where cooperation triumphs over conflict, where prosperity is shared by all, and where the natural world thrives in harmony with human progress. As individuals, we can start by examining our own biases, cultivating empathy, and fostering connections with people from different backgrounds. We can engage in constructive dialogue, seek common ground, and build bridges of understanding. Through our daily actions, we can contribute to a more compassionate and sustainable world. As nations, we can prioritize diplomacy, international cooperation, and collaboration to address global challenges. We can support initiatives that promote unity, equality, and environmental stewardship. By embracing multilateralism and empowering global institutions, we can amplify our collective voice and effect meaningful change on a global scale. Together, we have the capacity to redefine our future, a future where the concept of separate nations fades into the background and the idea of a united planet takes center stage. Let us choose the path of unity, compassion, and shared responsibility. Let us embark on this journey, together, recognizing that we are all inhabitants of this remarkable planet, interconnected and interdependent. The time for action is now. The power to shape our collective destiny lies within each of us. Let us be the generation that forges a united future, one that transcends boundaries, embraces diversity, and nurtures the well-being of all people and our planet. The choice is ours, and the possibilities are limitless. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. This is the point at which others tell you, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. But we know that kind of thing is for losers. Don't be a loser. And as always, I welcome your feedback and ideas for future videos in the comments section below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing your inner nude, dude.